The next step to mastering classes is to know when and why you should mark some of your member methods as const. But first, how do we declare a const member method for your class? For that you have to write the const keyword after the argument list. Once for the declaration in your .h file and also for your implementation of the function in the CPP file. But why should you declare methods as const? Like when we declare constants using the const keyword in combination with variables, declaring const methods shows the intention that this method won't modify the instance of a class. So, if you call the method on an instance of your class, you know that this method won't change the state of the object. If you have declared a method as const, you also can only execute const method on the instance and no other methods that are not marked as const, and therefore no methods that potentially change the state of your instance. When you now iterate over a t-array that stores pointers and you decided to make them const while iterating over the t-array, you will find out that you will be unable to call any function on those instances that have not the const keyword. Because if you were able to call those functions, you might be able to modify the current object, and therefore this doesn't align with the declaration of the const variable. But maybe you want to log information of the object or have to read values to perform certain calculations. If you mark your method as const, you will still be able to perform those actions for constant references or pointers, since the reading values from an instance and logging information doesn't affect the state of the object itself. One thing you will encounter is that if you have, for example, a pointer to a component as a member of your class, you are technically allowed to call non-const methods on those pointers, since the const in the method declaration just ensures that you will not change where the pointer is pointing to. But it doesn't prevent that you modify values of the object that is linked to the pointer. However, if this component can be considered as part of the state of your class and modifying it would also then change the state of your instance, then you should not call methods on those pointers that are not const. Simply because the const in the method declaration implies that the object will not be modified. However, if you then would modify an integral component of your object, then you would have defeated the sole purpose of the const keyword in the first place. As you can see, const methods in your classes are trying to help you and others that work with your code. It makes your code more readable and easier to understand, which in the end can help you finding out the source of bugs. So, if a method doesn't need to modify data, remember to declare it as a constant method. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, see you next time.